Equity literacy is providing instruction that is inclusive of all students and gives all students the same opportunities to learn on the same levels or to reach the same levels, um, based on accommodating or adjusting instruction and supports as necessary. I'm sure we've all seen the picture of the baseball field, and there's a fence, and everybody's not the same height, so the tallest person can see over the fence, and the rest, as you go down, they can't. But equity suggests that the ones that cannot see are provided supports to be able to see as well, and so the supports also vary in their extents. And I think that is a great pictorial representation of what education should look like. It's also being aware of biases that occur in the classroom, in the school campus, and even within yourself as an educator. Once biases are recognized, it's important that they are addressed. As educators, we are usually the number one advocates for students in their lives. And so if we're not advocating for what's right and for equity with our students, then we're not doing our jobs with fidelity. One phrase that really has stuck with me, my professor, Dr. Michonne Benson, shared this in a discussion a couple of years ago. She said it's important to be culturally responsive, but it's also important to be culturally responsible. And I think that ties in directly with equity literacy, because if I'm being responsible of the cultures that are in my classroom, I'm not just adjusting to make sure that my classroom is inclusive. I'm also giving the students what they need to help them grow. And so, like with the current climate in the country, and now that I'll be a reading teacher, one thing that I'm excited to do is talk about the race relations in our society. And most of my students are Black and brown students, but we have the occasional Caucasian student in the classroom. And so I think it's going to be extremely important to have these conversations, to bridge the gaps, to break down any biases that exist, and constantly reflect myself as an educator, as well as my students, on how we can better be inclusive and equitable for all.